Greetings from the Johnson Sports Center. I'm Sports Information Director Mike Stetson. I want to thank you for joining us for another edition of the Crusader Coaches Corner Show. This week on the show, we talk with head women's basketball coach Ryan Bragdon, along with women's basketball players and twins from Nampa High School, Raquel and Danielle Jardine. The Crusader women had a big weekend here at home. They are hitting the road, while the men will be back in action here, finishing up a 4-game homestand, playing tomorrow night, Tuesday, against Central Washington, and then Thursday night against Montana State Billings. Invite everyone to come down to the Johnson Sports Center, cheer on your Crusaders to victory. Now it's time for the Coach's Corner Show. Welcome to this week's Crusader Coaches Show. We're joined by head women's basketball coach Ryan Bragdon and two of our freshman stars, Danielle and Raquel Jardine, both from Nampa High School. Thank you all for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
We have to start off with things have been going very well for the ladies. Couple of home wins, a couple of home games is a good thing to begin with, but talk about how nice it's been getting some home games and some home wins. Any of you can start.
It's been great. This whole, over Christmas break, we've been working on defense because that's what our main struggle was, and so we've improved so much, and we wanted to prove it to our next opponents.
And brought, since we were focusing in practice, we never bring it to games. So since we had played College of Idaho, that was our chance to improve what we worked over 2 weeks of defense and move it on to the game versus College of Idaho. And we did, and we continued it and brought it to SPU and St. Martin's.
How nice was it? We talked a little bit about the St. Martin's game afterwards. You hold them to 24%. I mean, you just clobbered them on the rebounding, 55-26. How nice is it that all those things clicked like that?
Well, like they said, that's stuff we've been working on and really focused on really since the start of the year, and then that break, like we've been talking about, we use that non-conference schedule and those types of opponents to expose us pretty much. Obviously we go out to win them, but it didn't happen, and we were exposed on some things as we continue to build it. And now you're seeing the fruits of that as, like they said, we had that prep week coming up to College of Idaho and after College of Idaho, and then all this week to work on the defense, rebounding, and talk about the importance of that. Our free throws have improved. So those three areas especially, those are the focus. That's how you win and lose ball games. It's not necessarily how you're running your offense or how good your necessarily half-court defense is, but it's all those little in-between stats that matter. And we worked on that and went out and did it against St. Martin's and then backed it up against SPU, a very good SPU team.
How much fun was the SPU game? You guys kept it close all the way and then down the stretch took control and get the win. How nice was that?
It was really nice. It was a battle all 4 quarters, teams going back and forth, and SPU is a really great team. They were number 1, and we just pulled through as a team at the end. It was a great win.
Both freshmen. Did you figure that you guys were going to be starting, you haven't had a start yet, I don't think, but did you think you were going to have the impact that you were come in here and play the kind of minutes and have the kind of performance that you've had as freshmen?
Yeah, no, I didn't expect that, but now when we have individual talks for our coach and tells us what we can bring to the program, and we really help out the team, and
it's like Coach says, how much effort you put into practice depends on how much you're going to play in the game. Minutes to play, so everyone goes out and practice and puts all their effort and hard work in there.
Was there ever, obviously twins, you guys played together for a long time and all that. Was there ever any doubt that you guys would both go to one school, or did you ever think about, yeah, I want to play on my own, I want to get away from her?
Yeah, that's what, like, that's
Yeah, no, yeah.
that's what all our, like, even our high school coach and our club coach, they will always say that, like,
We're gonna separate, but
that they're
like,
going to separate, but me and Raquel wanted to stay together.
like we don't have a problem playing with each other. Like I don't want to be separated from my twin.
Yeah.
I mean, others probably do, but I don't.
How's it been working with them? I know you've said some really good things about their work ethic and what they bring to the team, especially as post players.
Yeah, they've brought that toughness, and you see it in the box score, and then if you watch them play, they're just tough, and they're not afraid to get in there and mix it up, and they rebound relentlessly. They're diving on the floor for loose balls. Danielle's a little bit more of that inside presence, and Raquel brings that well-rounded. She can go inside, outside. Well, she can go wherever we need her, much like Coco in that role. So like they said, and like we've talked about before, the way we recruit is we're building pieces year by year, and so they knew exactly what was expected of them and nothing more than that. So that's what they've adjusted really well to, coming in as freshmen from Nampa High and getting into the flow of what we're doing just by contributing what they're good at and focusing on their strengths right now and allowing the rest of their abilities to grow throughout the next 4 years.
You guys have been, well, let's start off with this weekend. You each switched off. I think Raquel had the big game against St. Martin's, and then Danielle against Seattle Pacific. Have I got that right?
Yeah.
So tell me about, first off, the St. Martin's game. How nice was it to have the big game? That was you.
Oh, me. First, like I was struggling a little bit because went in there like it wasn't a flow yet for me, and then once I got in, like it just came to me. Like I had like my job was to get rebounds, box out their post because they like really tip it off. Like when we get a rebound, they tip it on the bench, so I had to make sure I had the box out. And then like when passes came to me, like it's my job to score and like not let my teammates down. Like if I'm open, I have to make it.
And then Saturday night, would your sister be the star of Jardine? So how was that getting to have a big game against Seattle Pacific?
It was good. Like I'm always nervous before games, but once I get in there, I'm still a little nervous. But then I get going, and I don't know. It just came to me. Like I knew what I had to do with the post, and then I just had to bring my toughness to the post, rebounds, and make my free throws.
Western Washington, the next team you guys play, known for having a really strong inside game. Are you guys looking forward to what should be a great challenge as far as post play goes?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to battling with their main two post.
Because our posts here, they made us so much better and so much stronger because we didn't have that at Nampa High. It was just basically either me or Cara on the same team or on the opposite, so she was the only one I could battle with. So it's nice to have Kate, Swanee, Coco, Raquel, Mel to help me get improved coming in as a freshman. So I'm excited to verse Western Washington because their post is the same as
Yeah,
ours.
it's nice to have Swanee and Mel because they're taller and the two posts are really tall. So it's like we have to make smart decisions in the post. So it's really nice with our upcoming opponent, Western Washington.
Talking about the Vikings, Coach. I mean, you've seen them a lot of times. They're a very good team. First place, you go from one first place team to the next. What do you expect for Thursday night?
I just expect Western Washington to be the machine that they are every single year. That's why they're consistently in the top 2, top 3 every year, because they're just so efficient offensively, doing whatever they do, and they wait for the defense to make a mistake, and they're very, very good at finding that one person to make a mistake, and they'll make you pay for it. And then defensively, they're just solid. They bring a lot of energy, especially going up there. We have to fight through just that environment of their fans. They have a good following, and then the energy that they bring right from warm-ups, and they carry that over into the game. We have to match that and then exceed that type of energy, that type of focus, that type of intensity, and then we'll swing away.
Obviously, a 3-game win streak isn't what you're going to say you've turned the corner and you're on a big roll, but the team is building some momentum. Is this team where you guys want to be at this point, and do you feel like you're starting to hit your stride and things are clicking?
I mean, exactly where we want to be right now, but we're not there where we're at right now. We want to be more higher, so we just have to keep going in at every practice and getting better every single day with new opportunities, and we'll get there.
Talk a little bit about the experience for you guys as freshmen. 7 games on the road, Vegas, California. What has it been like? Has it been a lot of fun? Has it been a lot of challenges? Has it been a mix of that?
It's been a mix because there's a lot of good teams out in the Western Hemisphere. Yeah, West Coast.
Same thing.
There's a lot of good teams out there, and it's good to experience teams from all over, and like we get a battle with them.
Especially going against like Cal Baptist, Point Loma, and to see why they're ranked, and it shows that we can play with them because we did play with them. So it's nice to go play another different team to see how we contribute to the game.
The future of the program, how excited are you to have these young ladies for 4 years and already making an impact?
Well, no, couldn't be more excited to have them. They're unbelievable teammates. They're so coachable, and then like I said, the things that they're brought from the high school level to this level and making that immediate impact. I couldn't be more excited to have them for 4 more years and see them continue to grow, because what they've done from September through now, they're not even close to where they were. So, and that's with all our freshmen. It's a great class. They're very coachable, and I think their upside is very, very big and very, very bright. So we're excited.
I want to thank you guys for joining us. I want to remind you fans that the ladies will be at Western Washington Thursday night, Simon Fraser on Saturday, then a couple more home games the following week. Be sure to watch online as the ladies look to get a couple of wins on the road, and then come out to the Johnson Sports Center next week. Watch the ladies as they take on a couple more conference foes next week. Thank you. It was a busy New Year's weekend at the Johnson Sports Center as the Crusaders hosted a pair of GNAC doubleheaders. The women knocked off St. Martin's 86-58 to start the New Year's Eve doubleheader. Then the men went to overtime with Concordia before succumbing 87-83. Saturday night, the Crusader women got the action started with an upset of first place Seattle Pacific, beating the Falcons 66-65, led by Ellie Logan, shown here, who had 19 points in the game. The Crusader men then wrapped up the weekend, falling to number 3 Western Oregon 75-53.